USA 2024 is...
Hey pageant fans, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you my recap of the Miss USA 2024 pageant. The show started with the contestants walking out on stage, and honestly speaking, I prefer last year's stage and music a little better than this year's edition. Nonetheless, I was glad that we had a pageant this year considering everything that's going on with the Miss USA organization. In terms of the delegate introductions, I would have preferred a voiceover of the girls saying their own names and states, but hopefully next year. I thought that the host did a good job. However, I would have loved to see former Miss USA queens host the pageant. The first round of competition was the announcement of the top 20. Out of the 20, I correctly picked 14 out of 20 with the exclusion of Oklahoma, South Carolina, Nevada, Colorado, Illinois, and Iowa. One thing I noticed during this edition was that the contestants were all waving when they were chosen, and I thought that that was kind of surprising. After the announcement of top 20 was the president's message, and I felt that that was a little too much airtime for Layla Rose. I liked the energy that Morgan and Patrick Star had as co-commentators. They really knew how to amp the show. Massachusetts started the swimsuit competition and she was fierce on stage. Virginia really knew how to work that catwalk, and I was glad that she also did a swimsuit change. Ohio came out next and she was holding a cape, and I thought that although she did a great job, I would have preferred her performance without the cape. I felt that District of Columbia gave a little too much sass on stage, and I also felt that her swimsuit top was kinda too big for her body frame. Michigan was up next and she also did a swimsuit change. I felt that her catwalk was definitely a big improvement compared to her stellar performance during the preliminaries. She really knew how to radiate great energy on stage. Up next was Kentucky, and although her performance was great, I liked her performance during preliminaries a little better than the finals. Next up was my personal favorite, Miss Hawaii. I really hope to see this girl compete in another pageant. Hopefully she could possibly join Miss Universe Philippines next year. Oklahoma did a decent performance. I didn't really like the beginning with her hand movements, but she was definitely a stunner on stage. South Carolina was cute and fun. Kansas was giving me exotic beauty with her red hair. Tennessee also did a swimsuit change. I felt that her performance was better than prelims. North Carolina has one of the best bodies for me in the competition. New York had one of the best performances in my opinion. Nevada's performance was a little weak for my taste. Mississippi was giving me Victoria's Secret vibes. And Texas was a life-size Barbie that was radiating the stage. California ruled the catwalk, and out of all the swimsuit choices, I loved California the best. Colorado was very statuesque, and although she had a little bit of a stumble, she recovered well. Illinois was giving me early 2000s Miss USA vibes, and Iowa was cute and bubbly on stage. After the swimsuit competition was the announcement of the top 10. The evening gown competition started with Texas. I felt that her gown was rather safe, and because she was a powerhouse state, I felt that her gown was a little too simple for the pageant. Kentucky's gown was a little too overpowering, but she carried it well. Ohio's gown was not one of my favorites, but she was very graceful and fresh. And Hawaii's performance was screaming universe. Oklahoma's gown was different and unique, and I would have preferred her hair down for evening gown. Colorado's gown was giving me burlesque with the fringe, and Virginia was giving me red carpet royalty. Michigan's evening gown performance was the silver lining of the night. And Massachusetts was definitely a golden goddess of the evening. Last but not the least was Tennessee. She was very poised and striking on stage. Following the evening gown was the announcement of the top 5 finalists. They all were asked the same question about bridging the gap between different cultures and fostering understanding and respect with each other. Michigan spoke about being a daughter of a migrant worker and an Afro-Latina woman, and spoke about her services in the U.S. Army. Kentucky spoke about education and about having resources available for one another. Tennessee spoke about listening to each other while reflecting on social media. Oklahoma spoke about her career and having diversity with their mission in showing support with each other's beliefs and differences. Ohio spoke about being from a small community that was taught about diversity and respect. The newly crowned Miss Teen USA from Mississippi graced the stage, and she was definitely my pick for the crown. Savannah spoke about her experiences with the few months as Miss USA, and instead of a farewell walk with a voiceover, she graced the stage with sentimental music. And now the announcement of the top 5. Ohio was called as 4th runner-up, followed by Tennessee as 3rd runner-up. Oklahoma placed 2nd, leaving Michigan and Kentucky as the final 2. The countdown began and Michigan was crowned as Miss USA 2024. Alma Cooper was crowned Miss USA, winning its 4th Miss USA title for the state of Michigan. I have high hopes that she represents well in Miss Universe. With the leadership with Layla Rose, I'm hoping for the best. This year's productions was one of the worst productions that I've ever seen in Miss USA history, and I'm hoping for a better edition next year. Till my next video, take care and stay safe, and remember, Hu Guaizaha.